At the start of the Age of Krakoa, Jean lived on the moon in the Summers house, her room adjoining both Scott's and Logan's with no door. She slept with Scott, kissed and had hot baths with Logan. Read into it as much as you want or as little. Jean and Emma went into Storm's mind when she fell into a coma and discovered that the children of the vault gave Storm a machine virus. Jean was also responsible for sending Logan's mind back in time when Omega Red tried to time assassinate Professor X. Jean was initially part of the summer quadrant of the Quiet Council, together with Storm and Kurt. She was also part of X-Force, the Black Ops Krakoa team. However, both did not last. Jean abdicated from the Quiet Council seat in order to rescue Nathan during the Tournament of Swords in Otherworld against the wishes of the Council. Even though she was offered the seat back, she declined as she was getting disenfranchised with the politics and decided to form an X-Men team with Scott to represent the voices of all mutants. She also quit X-Force as she did not want any part of what Beast was doing in the name of protecting Krakoa. During the first Hellfire Gala, through the process of telepathic election, Jean was elected into the first Krakoan X-Men team, where she served 2 terms as co-leader with Scott. As an Omega mutant, she was also part of the team that terraformed Mars. Jean and Scott do not always see eye to eye on the X-Men. They had a rather huge blow-up regarding Brew and his brood, in which Scott advocated for genocide, only to be rebuffed by Jean. Jean died and was resurrected thrice. The first after she was killed during the first assault on the Orchis Forge. The second after a mind control Wolverine killed her in Alaska. And the third when she was killed by the progenitor during Judgment Day. She was assassinated during the third Hellfire Gala by Moira, but before she died, Jean told Firestar that she had planted the idea in Dr. Status' mind that Firestar was his mole on Krakoa and was vital in providing information to Orchis. In the White Hot Room, the place between life and death, Hope and Exodus found Jean, but she was not quite herself. Jean was then outright murdered by Mother Righteous in her bid to become a Dominion. It was in the White Hot Room where Jean and the Phoenix became one, not Phoenix with Jean's memory or Jean hosting a piece of the Phoenix. They are one and the same now. Phoenix, with Moira's help, killed the Enigma Dominion, after which Phoenix rejoined the rest of the mutants on Krakoa. As a parting gift, Phoenix gave Moira a separate timeline to die peacefully. And that was what happened previously on Krakoa.